very careful where you buy your fragrances from.
My city love me like BB King, Jet X around, I'm good. Yeah, well, you had your shot, you was at the top, but you fell off cause you wasn't playing fair. Raw was coming out of Memphis, guaranteed I'm in the top 10. They like, there he go with another video, but they ain't know I'm finna drop again.
What a world, it's your boy Eric, back with more talk for all the frag kids, alright? Before even starting this video, I do want to say apologies for my mood, my tone. This video isn't one of my best videos, but it's a story behind it. And also be sure to hit like on this video and be sure to subscribe, and let's get to it, you all. Alright, so as you can see from the title, this video is about where to purchase the right fragrances, alright? And I mean that, I say that very sincerely because I made a 2-year mistake and I just realized it maybe about a week ago. And if all of my people who've been following me, I'm sure y'all know I'm a Dior Sauvage junkie. I just love this fragrance so much. And when it first came out, I bought a lot of bottles of it. I mainly bought bottles from Fragrance Net, but I went straight to the mall and I purchased a few bottles from the mall, and you know, I just put them up. So eBay comes around and I get the online shopping. You know, I usually find cool deals. In the past, I found cool deals on eBay, you know, getting fragrances or whatnot. So this particular case, I come across a dealer who's selling Dior Sauvage, and I'm looking at his sales, you know, 99.9 positive feedback, and he had a great deal on Dior Sauvage. Now the catchy thing about it is the seller's bottles were probably only like $10, $15 cheaper, but I love this fragrance so much that it was only right. It felt like I would have been cheating myself to not get this fragrance. And I'm looking at all the people and all the sales and all of the comments saying they love the scent. So I went ahead and bought the fragrance. Now, as the fragrance arrived to me, the sender didn't know I was a frag reviewer or anything like that. So they shipped it very fast. It came speedy. Everything was cool. The bottle was how it was supposed to be, and the inside even had like a little bug on the inside of the cap. The cap was magnet, but it was the box that got me. And if anyone knows Dior Sauvage, the same little bug that's inside here, you can see, you probably can't see, but it's like a little bug. Okay, and the same little bug that's inside here, it's on all the Dior Sauvage boxes. Like for example, like here, you can see the little bug. So I knew from the back end that one bottle that I purchased, it wasn't real. But they got a hold to the fragrance so fast that when I contacted them back and said I'm a frag reviewer, I would need a refund back and blank this, blank that, they immediately sent me my money back and told me to keep the bottle. Alright, it was like, yo, this is the real bottle. We just distribute these bottles and we can't, something they sent back. It was like, this is the real bottle, and you know, they just had to scrape off something here. They had to scrape it off because of some type of legal purposes or something like that. It was just crazy. So this is what y'all, this is why I know for a fact that I'm a fragrance junkie, because I knew that something wasn't right just by having the box and me already owning a few bottles from, you know, Macy's and Dillard's, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it doesn't get better than that. Like, so I knew exactly how the box come, how the the spray comes, how the top comes, how the magnetic, you know, I just knew how everything came. But you all, I'm here to tell you that it smelled so good, I didn't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like it smelled so similar to my original bottles that I didn't even care. Now, the crazy thing about it that just made me crazy was I kind of thought in the back of my head that the original bottles that I bought, I kind of felt when I first initially sprayed it, one time I was like, you know something, these are a little stronger, but it was so close. It was like a 9.5 to 10. It was so close that every time I would even think about it being fake, I was just like, nah, this is the real deal. Like it just smells so good. Okay, so the crazy thing about it is I wore it a lot. People around me, I let them spray it on, and we were just, you know, fascinated by the scent. Now, me being a frag kid, there were many days that I would put on different bottles, but I mainly used the one that I got from eBay the most. Like, that was the one I was just like, look, I'm going to use the most expensive ones that I bought and have those for backup. The one I got on discount, I'm going to like use that the most. So I really did use the Dior Sauvage fake one that I bought from eBay. I used that one the most, and it smelled great. Now, the twist part of the story is, on different occasions, I was crazy enough to just go spray the expensive version on myself. Now, this is when I started realizing someone right, but it didn't hit me until years later. I got compliments every time I put on the one that I got from Fragrance Net or the one that I got from Macy's, the mall dealers, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that those were the times I was getting compliments from this fragrance, because I wear it so much that, you know, I didn't realize the times that I was getting like my main compliments. You know, people were like, man, it smells good. What is that right there? It was the times that I actually had on the real version. So I can't even explain it to you all. Be very careful where you purchase your fragrances from, because me even being a cologne reviewer, I'm not an expert, but it even got me, you know what I'm saying? And the reason what made me make this video is I've seen a lot of people kind of disown Dior Sauvage. I've seen a lot of people kind of say they don't really get the hype, they don't understand it. I totally understand the people who said that, and I can probably put a 50-50% chance that those people who smelt the Dior Sauvage, it probably was not the Macy's version or the Dior Sauvage that came from a very trusted, you know, online store that's not eBay. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only place that I've really shopped at outside of eBay was like Beauty Spin, and I've shopped at FragranceNet.com. And though they're not even paying me for this video, but they can send me some free colognes if they do hear this video, you know what I'm saying? Because those are the only companies that I've, you know, dealt with and I've trusted, and they've sent me very great bottles. They sent me bottles that I could check and even see if those bottles were original. So yeah, like, be very careful, because the difference between, out of 2 years of me having a clone and having several originals, I could tell you all very, very easily the difference between both of these fragrances. The original, it does have this synthetic vibe to it. That's why it was very easy to make a clone, because it's a synthetic vibe that you get with it. But I promise you all, the original version, man, there is a sprinkle of like sensation in it, and that's what makes it what it is. Because it's like, the clone version is like Sierra Mist. The original version is more like Sprite. It's like the Sprite is just very loud. When you drink it, the acid just kind of hurts your stomach. It just hurts your throat as you're drinking it. In the Sierra Mist, you get that same vibe, but it's more easier to swallow. And I promise you all, like, the original version, it has that synthetic smell, but it's way more seasoned. Like you can tell that there's something in it that's piercing. Like it pierces your nostrils as you're smelling it, even if you don't like it, and it's a synthetic smell. You know, Dior, he did something with this smell that made it attract people coming off of your skin. And the clone versions that's probably been roaming around, because if it got me, and this is the thing about it, you all, I'm not going to expose the particular seller, because there are thousands of sellers on eBay that you probably can't trust. But I will tell you all this: the particular seller, what made me buy this bottle, there were already like thousands already sold by this particular seller. So that lets me know those thousands of people are probably my subscribers. Those thousands of people are probably fragrance reviewers that maybe, you know, purchase from a cheaper online seller, a private seller. And those are the reasons that people are probably like, they don't understand the hype. Now, please forgive me if you have smelt it from Macy's, you have smelt it from Dillard's, you have purchased it from Fragrance Net, you have purchased it from Beauty Spin and other well-trusted websites. But if you have purchased a Dior Sauvage from eBay and it was like a private owner, or even if they were a company, but it wasn't like a main company that fragrance reviewers talk about, I can almost assure you that it was a clone version that smelled very good, and it smelled like 9 out of 10%, you know, 9 out of 10 on a scale close to the original, but it didn't have that seasoning that just made it be like, wow. And those are the two differences. They both smell so great that I even wore it for years, and I was still trying to understand, like, okay, it's a very fresh fragrance, but I wasn't getting those compliments until I put on the original, the real, not original, but the real one. And when I put the real one on, I just got undeniable compliments. And fragrances, to me, as I've grown in my journey, is not even about compliments. It's just about kind of knowing you smell good. If you do come across a compliment, it's like finding a 4-leaf clover. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, it's appreciated. But I've kind of grown out of this whole compliment. You know, you're gonna get compliment things, but I just can't lie about it. Like me wearing the real Dior Sauvage, I got compliments, and I totally understand why. Because even before making this video, I waited about 24 to 48 hours before making this video, and I put the clone version on my right, I put the original version on my left. You guys, it was crazy because the clone version was actually still lasting on my skin. So it wasn't even like it didn't last on my skin. The original version, it was like, not the original, the real version, you all, I got a good 12 hours before I could just start feeling it toned down. I'll say maybe 10, close to 11, roughly 12 hours. Man, the clone version was still on my skin in like 9 hours. You know what I'm saying? 8 hours max, like easily. You know what I'm saying? It was still on my skin. But the difference was it didn't have that piercing, zesty, lemony smell. You know what I'm saying? Even though it has this smell, it wasn't like on steroids. And that's where the real version, it will catch people's nose. So to thousands and thousands and thousands of people who've been buying this fragrance, you know what I'm saying, online, because there were thousands of this bottle being sold, and there were hundreds more that they had still in stock, I can almost assure you all it was not the real deal, you all. I can almost assure you. So that's pretty much all I gotta say for this video, you all. More videos on the way. Please don't shoot my head off, you all. Dior, what's up? I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, not sell your bottles. It's just the fact that, you know, I had to share this story because it just was something that dawned on me. And it was like, all of my people know I'm a big Dior, you know, fan. So yeah, man, kind of heartbroken right now. And the thing about it, before I leave, this is something that I probably would have said after recording this video. You guys, I'm still going to keep the clone version, y'all. It smells that good to still keep. That's bananas to even say. it smells that good to even keep. I'm still going to keep the clone version, but I learned my lesson. You know what I'm saying? It's like I learned a lesson. I learned a very valuable lesson, and I probably would never even buy online bottles ever again in my life. If I want something that bad and I can't get it, I probably don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to wrap it up with, you know, a moral to the story. And I feel back good again, you all. I'm not as down as I was. I had to get this story off my chest, and I will be back with more exclusive videos. I will be back to share the Dior Sauvage perfume, and I hadn't got it yet, so when I do get it, there will be like a 3-split video session of the review, unboxing, and the comparison to the original. Then I could call this the original, but now this is just the real compared to a clone. All right, you all, I gotta go. Till next time, one love, peace.